Good morning. I'm Elle Brodsky, founder of Yoga Buzz. When we first partnered with Gateway Arch Park Foundation in the fall of 2015 for the Sunrise Yoga Series in downtown St. Louis, we had no idea that we were starting a new tradition here in our city. While we're not able to practice in person right now for, the obvious reasons, we are very grateful that we're able to continue our Tuesday morning tradition with a virtual Sunrise Yoga Series. I want to say a big thank you to our partners at Gateway Arch Park Foundation for their continued support and partnership, as well as the Gateway Arch National Park for being such a beautiful background for these classes. Hope you enjoy, and we'll see you soon.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to class. My name is Johanna, or you can call me Jo, and we're just gonna kind of do a yummy class working on side stretching and just getting a little bit of everything, shoulders, all the good stuff. So come into a comfortable seat. You can sit onto a block, a blanket, a pillow, whatever you have with you, and bring your palms to your thighs and close your eyes. And just take a moment here to turn inward and to greet yourself. To greet yourself as you are, not as you think you should be. To greet yourself without any judgments, without any expectations. Start to feel into your breath. Match your inhales with your exhales. And just allow yourself to flow with your body and to flow with your breath this morning. On your next inhale, start to walk your right hand out to the side 6 inches. And as you inhale, bring your left arm up across your ear. Keep your left glutes heavy towards the mat. Press your right hand down and forward. Pull your low belly up and in. Lift your chest. Lift your chin. And breathe. Then inhale, come back up through center. Walk your left hand out 6 inches. Stretch your right arm up overhead. Allow your glutes to stay heavy towards your mat. Pull your low belly up and in. And don't sink in your chest, so really press into your left hand to help you lift your chest. And stretch your right rib cage up and away from you. Then inhale, come back up through center. Press your right hand down and back behind you. Stretch your left arm up vertical. Then as you exhale, bring your left hand either to your right knee or to your right thigh, whichever is most accessible for you. And as you press into your right hand, lift up out of your waist. And just a very gentle twist, so don't crank that low back. Either look straight ahead to where your chest is pointing or look over your right shoulder. Check in with your breath. And as you exhale, slowly untwist. Bring your left hand down and back behind you. Stretch your right arm vertical. And as you exhale, bring your right hand to your left knee or your left thigh. Press your left hand down and back as you stretch up out of your waist. And as you exhale, tone and twist gently. Make sure you're twisting with your spine and not your shoulders. And either look straight ahead or over your left shoulder. And then as you exhale, slowly untwist. Move any flesh away from your sits bones. Press your hands down and back. Then inhale, stretch up out of your waist. You can stay here or start to walk your hands forward, folding forward over your legs. Press your hands down and forward so that your hips go down and back. Pull your low belly up and in. Soften in your upper back and your neck. Then as you exhale, slowly walk your hands upright. You're going to switch the cross of your shins. Move any flesh away from your sits bones. Press your hands down and back to stretch up out of your waist. Then as you exhale, hinge at your hips. Lead with your heart. Walk your hands forward. Press your hands down and forward. Squeeze your heels towards your glutes. Pull your low belly up and in. Relax your neck. And as you exhale, walk your hands back and come into a tabletop position. Tabletop position will be your wrist under your shoulders, hands slightly wider. Spread your fingers wide and even. Knees under your hips, hip width apart. Then on your exhale, cat pose. Bring your chin towards your chest. Press your hands down and away. Pull your low belly up and in. Round in your upper back. Then inhale, cow pose. Lift your chest up and forward. Pull your shoulder blades onto your back. Tone your low belly, and from the base of your skull, lift your chin. Then exhale, cat pose. Bring your chin towards your chest. Press down through your hands, feet, and shins evenly. Round in your upper back. Then inhale, cow pose. Lift your chest up and forward. Pull your low belly up and in. From the base of your skull, lift your chin. Then exhale one more time, cat pose. Grip the floor with your fingertips. Really press your hands down and away. Round in your upper back. Then inhale, cow pose. Lift up through your chest. Tone your low belly. Feel into your breath. Then come into a neutral spine. Tuck your toes under. Walk your knees back about 4 inches. And again, make sure your hands are slightly wider than your shoulders. And you can either come into puppy pose, which is a great alternative to down dog, or come into downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet back and forth, move your hips from side to side, just bringing some movements into your body. Make sure your hands are slightly wider than your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide and even. Glue your index knuckles down. Then squeeze your ring finger and thumb in towards each other. And lift your forearms up, upper arms up, armpits up away from the floor. Squeeze your biceps in toward your ears and lift your chest toward your thighs. Press your hips up and back. Press your thighs back, and you can keep a micro bend to your knees, or you can start to straighten your legs. Do whatever feels best for your body. Then inhale into table pose. And exhale, child's pose. Inhale into table. Exhale, down dog. Then inhale into table. Exhale into child's. Inhale into table. Exhale, down dog. Then inhale into table and exhale into child's. And one more time, inhale table, exhale, down dog. Then on your next exhale, bend your knees 2 inches, look in between your hands, step, hop, or walk to the front of your mat, coming into a forward fold. You can have your feet together or feet hip width apart. Press your hands down and forward, feet down and back, and bend your knees as much as you need to get all 10 fingertips or palms to the floor or to yoga blocks. Pull your low belly up and in, relax your neck. Then inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Press down into your feet. Inhale, start to bring your torso upright. Stretch your arms up overhead, and exhale, mountain pose. Then mountain, you can have your feet together, feet hip width or even outer hip width apart. Press down into your feet. Tone your thighs, lift your kneecaps, engage your glutes, but don't clench your glutes. And pull your low belly up and in. Lift your chest, soften your shoulders, down your back. Then inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Grab onto your left wrist with your right hand, lengthen up out of your waist. Then as you exhale, tip your torso to the right. Keep rooting into your feet. Tone and turn your inner thighs back. Press your tailbone forward. Now pull your low belly up and in. Press your ribs down and back. Lift your chest, lift your chin. Without moving your hips, move that right shoulder forward slightly. Use your right hand to pull your left arm strong. Then inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, mountain. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. Lengthen up out of your waist. Then as you exhale, tip your torso to the left. Now root into your feet. Tone your thighs, lift your kneecaps. Tone and turn your inner thighs back. Pull your low belly up and in. Press your ribs down and back. Lift your chest. Move that left shoulder forward slightly, right shoulder back. Use your left hand to pull your right arm strong. Then inhale, come back up through center. And exhale, mountain pose. Then make sure you're at mountain at the front of your mat. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Lead with your heart, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back into a lunge. Now wiggle that back foot back a few more inches. Lower your back knee down. Clamp your front heel back knee in towards each other. And as you inhale, bring your torso upright, arms overhead. Now keep squeezing your knees in. That's going to move that left hip forward, right hip back. Press your tailbone forward. Pull your low belly up and in. Lift your chest. Lift your chin. Stretch your biceps up and back. Then as you exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Wiggle that right foot out 3 inches. Walk your hands to the inside of your right foot. Now you can stay right here. You're in a really good place right here. Or you can start to lower down onto your forearms. Or you can bring your forearms to a block. So do whatever feels best for your body. Keep squeezing your knees in towards each other. Engage your left glutes. Press your tailbone forward. Now pull your low belly up and in and use the strength of that inner right thigh to pull your right knee towards your right shoulder. Press your forearms down and forward. Soften in your upper back. Look in between your wrists. Then inhale, come back up onto your hands. Shift your hips back over your left knee. And you're going to start to walk your right foot forward and straighten that right leg to your capacity. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Now you can always bring your hands to blocks. You can bring your hands to the inside of your leg. So whatever feels best for you. Then on your inhale, lift up through your chest. From the base of your skull, lift your chin, and that's going to lengthen your spine. You can stay right here, or you can start to walk your hands or your blocks forward. Now tone your thigh, lift your kneecap, flex your right foot back, flare your toes. Energetically pull this right heel down and back. Pull your low belly up and in, and press your hands down and forward. Then as you exhale, bend your right knee over your right ankle. Lift your back knee up. You're going to step that left foot forward and step your right foot back. Wiggle that back foot back a few more inches. Lower your back knee down. Then inhale, bring your torso upright, arms overhead. Now squeeze your knees in. Engage your right glutes. Lift your chest. Lift your chin. And breathe. Then exhale, hands to the mat. Wiggle that left foot out 3 inches. Walk your hands to the inside of your foot. Then you can stay right here. You're in a good place here. Or start to come down onto your forearms. And again, you can always bring forearms onto a block. Squeeze your knees in. Engage your right glutes. And remember that strength of that inner left thigh. Squeeze your left knee in towards your shoulder. Notice if you're clenching or tensing. See if you can soften. Then inhale, come back up onto your hands. You're going to shift your hip over your right knee so that it's at a 90-degree angle. Crawl your left toes forward. Straighten that left leg to your capacity. Now walk your hands under your shoulders. Lift up through your chest, lift your chin. Notice how your body feels here. So you can stay right here if this feels amazing, or you can start to walk your hands forward. Flex your left foot back, flare your toes, energetically drag it down and back. Tone your thigh, lift your kneecap. Pull your low belly up and in. Press your hands down and forward. And breathe. Then exhale, bend your left knee over your left ankle. And this time, you're going to step back into plank pose. You can always have your heels over your toe mounts, shoulders over your wrist, or you can bring your knees to the floor. Look 4 to 6 inches in front of your mat. Then as you exhale, lower. Press into the tops of your feet. Squeeze your shoulder blades in. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, lower. Downward facing dog. And on your next exhale, bend your knees 2 inches. Look in between your hands and step, hop, or walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down into your feet. Inhale, start to bring your torso upright. Stretch up through your fingertips. And exhale, mountain pose. All right, take a quarter turn to either your left or right. So you just want to face the long edge of your mat. Bring your hands to heart center. Bend your knees. Lift your chest. Step or hop it open. Wide stance. So wide stance is ankles under your wrist. Heels are the widest point. Big toes point straight ahead. Turn your right toes out 90 degrees. Make sure that front heel's in line with the middle of your back arch or your back heel. Then as you exhale, bend your right knee over your right ankle, coming into warrior two. Press into that back foot, press this left thigh back, press your tailbone forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades in. Flip your right palm up, and as you exhale, reverse your warrior. Bring your left hand to your thigh, to your calf, or you can wrap your arm behind your waist. Keep bending into that front knee as you stretch back. Lift your chin, bend in your upper back. Then inhale into warrior two. Straighten that front knee. Move your right hip back. Reach your right hand forward. Bring your right hand to your shin, to a block, or to the floor under your shoulder. Now squeeze your heels in. Press your feet down and apart. Press your tailbone forward. Tone and twist from your bottom right ribs open. Stretch your head away from your hips. Check in with your breath. Then inhale, slowly come back up. Turn your right toes in, or no, don't turn your right toes in. Keep your right toes turned out. Then as you exhale, bend your right knee over your right ankle. Stretch your arms vertical. Tip your torso to the right. Stay here or bring your right forearm to your thigh. Little to no weight on this forearm, so keep your strength through your legs and core to elevate you. Press into that back foot. Scoop your right glutes down and toward your right heel. From your left armpit, stretch up through your left fingertips. Tone your low belly. Then inhale, come into warrior two. Now straighten your front knee. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toes out. Make sure that front heel's in line with the middle of your back arch or your back heel. Bend your left knee over your left ankle. Press down into your right foot. Press that right thigh back. Press your tailbone forward. Then flip your left palm up, and as you exhale, reverse your warrior. Keep rooting down through this back foot as you bring your right hand to your thigh, to your calf, or wrap your arm behind your waist. Keep bending into that left knee. Tone your low belly. Lift your chest. Then inhale into warrior two. Straighten your front knee. Move your left hip back. Reach that left hand forward and bring your left hand to your shin, to a block, or to the floor under your shoulder. Now squeeze your heels in towards each other. Press your feet down and apart. Tone your thighs. Lift your kneecaps. Press your tailbone forward. And as you exhale, tone and twist from your bottom left ribs open. Lengthen your head away from your hips. And breathe. Then inhale, slowly come back up. Bend your left knee over your left ankle. Stretch your arms vertical. Tip your torso to the left. Stay here. Bring that left forearm to your thigh. Now slam into your right foot. Press that right thigh back. Scoop your left glutes down and toward your left heel. Pull your low belly up and in. Lift your chest. Lift your chin. Breathe. Then inhale into warrior two. Straighten that front knee. Turn your left toes in. Step or hop your feet together. Hands at heart center. Mountain pose. And come to mountain at the front of your mat. And as you inhale, stretch your arms up. And as you exhale, hinge at your hips. Lead with your heart. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back into plank pose. And then on your exhale, lower down. We're going to stretch our shoulders a bit. So you're going to bring your arms out to the side, elbows in line with your shoulders. Now press into your right arm, come onto your left fingertips. Plug that left shoulder back. Then as you exhale, roll onto your right hip. Flex your feet, flare your toes. You can stay here or step that top foot back behind you. Pull your low belly up and in. Look toward your right shoulder. And breathe. And as you exhale, slowly come back onto your stomach. Bring your left arm out to the side. Come onto your right fingertips. Now press into your right hand to plug that right shoulder back. Then as you exhale, roll onto your left hip. Flex your feet, flare your toes. Pull your low belly up and in. Stay here or step that right foot back behind you. Look toward your left shoulder. Then exhale, slowly roll onto your stomach. This time you'll bring your right elbow to a 45-degree angle to your shoulder. Come on to your left fingertips. Roll on to the right side of your body. This is a really big holy cow stretch for me. It's okay if it is for you too. Stay here or step that top foot back behind you. Pull your low belly up and in. Press into your right hand. Then exhale. Slowly roll onto your stomach. Bring your left elbow to a 45-degree angle from your shoulder. Come on to your right fingertips. Then as you exhale, roll on to the left side of your body. Again, this might be holy cow, so just breathe through it. Stay here or step that top foot back. And as you exhale, roll on to your stomach. And you're going to somewhat press yourself up and roll over to lie down onto your back. Setting up for bridge pose, but we're going to do 3 short successions of it. So bring your feet hip width apart, ankles under your knees. Or not ankles, ankles under your knees. Bend your elbows. Point your fingertips straight up. Now press into your arms. Walk your shoulders underneath you one by one. Press into your feet. Flare your toes. Inhale, lift your hips up. Lift your chin so your chin's not in your chest. Then exhale, slowly lower to hover. Press into your arms and feet. Inhale, lift. Press your knees, upper thighs away from you. Exhale, lower to hover. One more time, inhale, lift. And pause and breathe. Then as you exhale, slowly lower down. Stretch your arms up overhead. Stretch your legs out straight. Big full body stretch. Then bend your knees. Bring your feet to your mat width apart. Elbows out to the side in line with your shoulders. Then lower your knees to the right. Flex your feet, flare your toes, squeeze your heels towards your glutes, press your knees down and away. From inside your stomach, turn your torso from the right to the left and either look up or look over your left shoulder. Then inhale, come back up through center, and exhale, lower your knees to the left. Flex your feet, flare your toes, press your knees down and away. Tone and twist your abdomen up towards the ceiling. Either look up or look over your right shoulder. Then inhale, come back up through center. Bend your knees in towards your chest. Grab onto your shins or wrap your forearms around your shins. Give yourself a big full squeeze in. You can gently rock side to side, massaging your low back. And then when you're ready, open up into your Shavasana. Take any additional movement your body's craving. Use any props to support your body. Put on any extra layers. Relax your toes. Relax your feet. Relax your ankles. Relax your fingers. Relax your hands. Relax your wrist. Soften your shoulders. Soften your jaw. And remove the tongue away from the roof of your mouth as you allow your eyes and your brain to be heavy. Just allow your body to open and receive your practice. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like, or start to bend your knees. Bring your feet to the floor. Roll onto whichever side of your body feels most natural for you. And keeping your eyes and your hips heavy, roll forward slightly and press yourself up to a comfortable seat facing forward. Either have your palms to your thighs or your hands to heart center and close your eyes or gaze lightly towards the floor. And just take a moment here to honor your body and all the ways it supports you. Take a moment to see and recognize your effort. Remember that your efforts are never lost, nor are your gains in this practice. Honoring yourself, honoring each other, honoring this practice and all those that paved the way before us. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you know peace. May you know joy. May you be loved. May you be free. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful practice with me this morning.
Thank you for taking the time to practice with us this morning and keeping the Sunrise Yoga Series tradition alive. Gratitude to our partners at the Gateway Arch Park Foundation for being our continued partners in this series. We continue to offer these classes at no cost and hope that you'll help to support us by sharing these classes on your social media with your friends and family, or considering a financial contribution in any amount to help keep our work of making yoga accessible and inclusive throughout the St. Louis area. You can visit yogabuzz.org for more information or to make a donation or to purchase a cool Yoga Buzz shirt. You can also support Gateway Arch Park Foundation through their website. Thank you so much.